The energy I'm getting amongst the Mamelodi Sundowns followers is that they want Magesi FC in the last 8. Yes, they are aware that Cape Town City is in the last 8. The defending champions, Stellenbosch, the Wine Boys, they are also in the last 8. But all they want is to face Magesi FC. They want to see what will happen. Will they do the same thing they did to Orlando Pirates? That is Mamelodi Sundowns fans. Well, on this episode, I'm actually going to hit 2 birds with 1 stone to cover the match that was played at 6 p.m. and the one that played at 10 p.m. That is Mamelodi Sundowns versus Golden Arrows and SuperSport hosting Kaizer Chiefs. And on this installment of Oscar Ntsinzi Football, we are just giving 5 talking points or 5 things we learned from the 2 matches. And we're going to start with the Mamelodi Sundowns match versus Golden Arrows, Lamontville Boys, and 2 exciting games. I'll tell you this about the whole, Culling Black Label knockout competition. 6 games and we've had 26 goals. 26 goals in 6 games. I mean, it's been a competition that has not starved us of entertainment and a lot of goals. Without wasting any time, let's go to the Mamelodi Sundowns game and the very first point on that match. Mangoba Mngiti. What Mangoba Mngiti wants, he gets. He wanted box entries. He wanted a lot of goals. He wanted speed. He wanted the ball to progress with a bit of swiftness. And that is exactly what we are saying. It might not be perfect. I don't think it's at gear 5 or 6 as yet. Maybe it's already at gear 3. But it's exciting. It's exciting. Mangoba wants ruthlessness in front of goals. And that's exactly why the score line reads 5-0 to Mamelodi Sundowns. It might have been more. And if you remember the interview Mangoba did with SuperSport after the game at FNB against Kaizer Chiefs last season, when Mamelodi Sundowns dumped Kaizer Chiefs 1-5, he said this. He said we could have scored more. This is a guy that is never satisfied. He wants goals. And this is what we are seeing with Mamelodi Sundowns. I think in about 5 games or 6, Mamelodi Sundowns has scored about 21 goals. And it's exciting times. It's exciting to see what Mangoba has been saying in interviews coming, gradually together. Point number 2. The front 3 of Mamelodi Sundowns, they are unplayable. Absolutely unplayable. You've got Reyners, who appears as if he is the focal point on number 9, but he's not. And then we've got a number 10 who constantly changes position. That is Lucas Ribeiro. And we've got a Teshrik Matthews. Intelligent players, quick players, players who are really creative in a Teshrik Matthews and a Ribeiro. Ribeiro got an assist. Teshrik got an assist. Reyners got a goal. So every match they are playing, if it's not goals, it's going to be a goal contribution via an assist. And from the bench, you also have cover for these guys. Yesterday, we had a feature from Thembikosi Lodge. We had another one who scored from the bench. That is Peter Shalulile, a drought that has been there for some time. No goals international break for Namibia. No goals before the international break, even for Mamelodi Sundowns. But for him to see, for us to see Shalulile getting a goal, it means that it is good for that front line of Mamelodi Sundowns. But at this very moment, it is difficult to bench those front 3. That is Reyners, Ribeiro, and Teshrik Matthews. Point number 3, midfield 3 of Mamelodi Sundowns. Again, a similar thing to that front 3 of Mamelodi Sundowns. There are players on the bench, when they come on, they fit in so perfectly with that midfield 3. Yesterday's midfield 3 of Rivaldo as the destroyer, and the one who helps with the build-up from the back. And then you have a double 8 of Elebohang Mabue. Underrated. Once upon a time, hated by fans. This boy is underrated. He does so much work. He does a lot of grinding, giving so much less work for a Rivaldo. So that double 8 of a Mabue and an Alende Between the two, I don't know who's the coordinator. I don't know who's the more creative one, because both guys can actually do similar things. They can run up and down. They can cover spaces, and they are also good on the short passes. Look at what happened in the goal that led up to the Morena goal. It is Mabue who's in the box, who cuts, gives the ball back to Ribeiro, who beautifully lays the ball for Morena. So an Allende and a Mabue, number 8, box to box. They are intelligent players, good with short passes, and they can run. So the system that Mangoba is largely occupying this season, it requires a lot of energy. That means that players must be dedicated, players must be disciplined on and off the field. It cannot just end on the field, but outside the field, they must continue looking at their videos, analysis, and looking after themselves. Because, I mean, this football they're playing, it demands so much energy, so much stamina. But that midfield 3 so far. And another one that is gravely underrated is Rivaldo, the system, Mr. Football himself. He does a lot for this system that Mangoba is demanding from Mamelodi Sundowns. And obviously, with the number of games that will be played, at some point he will be rested, but there should be sufficient cover. There's an Obas. They're not the same players, but he should be able to cover that number 6 position. What we've heard from Mangoba over time is that he does not want Tebogo Mokoena to play that CDM position, but more as a number 8. Glad to see him on the bench. Tebogo Mokoena back at Mamelodi Sundowns, and Mudau on the bench yet again. Mudau didn't make a feature because Tapelo Morena was just gloating, was just floating. A man of the match performance from him. But when he came on, Tebogo Mokoena, that is, fitted in again in that number 8 position, bombing up and down. So yeah, that midfield 3 of Mamelodi Sundowns, it is dangerous. Point number 4, Vala is back. He comes back 90 minutes. He comes back, he gets a goal. I mean, Mamelodi Sundowns, even if you are in the first 11, you are not safe, because the one that's on the bench wants to come on. The one that is at home wants to come back. The one that is on the stands, he sees himself potentially getting minutes. So everyone, when given a chance, must step up and perform at that high level. Bafana players were rested, or some of them were rested. Obas was rested, Grand Kikana was rested, Modiba was rested, Muda when Mokoena started from the bench. It's only Williams and Reines that started the game. But overall, this is what you want to see from a team that wants to win big competitions. Welcome back, Mutobi Mvala. Shasha came back. I mean, Shasha scored his goal that broke that long drought. I don't know how long it's been since the last time Peter Shalulile scored. And you could just tell everyone how excited they were for Peter Shalulile. The spirit is actually good for the team. Mangoba, over time and time again, has made this point that he's going to play the young ones. And Ditlaku came on second half, and a beautiful goal. A beautiful goal. He didn't blast the goalkeeper, but picked a spot, curled the ball on the right-hand side of the goalkeeper. Beautiful goal. And I liked his celebration. The celebration clearly is a tribute to the legend of Mamelodi Sundowns, Themba Mshishizwane. We all know Mshishizwane is probably going to be out for 4 to 6 months. But that celebration by that young man, Ditlako, just shows how much Mshishizwane is admired, is celebrated, and is greatly esteemed by all the players in the club, especially the young ones. The last point on this, 5 points or 5 things we've learned from the match between Golden Arrows and the Mamelodi Sundowns is, you know what? Maputi Kanyeza started well, but this is the battle we've seen over the years amongst all these PSL sides, with the exception of Mamelodi Sundowns, is consistency. And he's already battling, and if it's going the way it's going, chances are Maputi Kanyeza will be laid off, will be fired. And I think the mistake that Golden Arrows made was to release Vusumu's Villegas. Vusumu's Villegas together with Maputi Kanyeza, they did extremely well. I don't know what was the plan of Maputi Kanyeza, but they were just piss poor. And it is unacceptable for a club in the Premiership to play the way they played against Sundowns. Even my favorite player at Golden Arrows, Sundowns, yesterday he was just, they were searching the ball using a torch. It was really, really difficult for the boys. And I will end it there for the match between Mamelodi Sundowns and a Golden Arrows. But there was another match between a SuperSport United versus Kaizer Chiefs. We know how Gavin Hunt prepares his team, how he wants his team to play. He relies a lot on wing play, fullbacks, putting in the crosses for his number 9 or the focal point. Zugumanje is good on the header. Hrobla, as much as he's out injured, is good on the header. And that's the type of play, you know, the old traditional, old English style of playing football. And so we're expecting that versus a Kaizer Chiefs. Now, the very first point I want to make on the 5 points we've learned between SuperSport United and Kaizer Chiefs is this one. Ranga, there's clearly a difference on Ranga Shivaviro between this season and last season. The difference this season is that he's getting a lot of supply. A lot of supply from your Zwanes, from your Vilagazi when he's on, from your Shabalala, Mdu Shabalala, who's been brilliant. Probably the best young player at the moment, maybe together with the Duba at Kaizer Chiefs. They've been supplying Shivaviro non-stop. Serino supplying wingers, Cross, Frosler. This guy's been getting supplies from everywhere. And with supplies, it means that he's going to get a lot of chances, one-on-ones, at times where he just has to tap it in. So he's getting a lot of chances. He cannot complain on that if you have to compare the previous season and the current one. But this is what I want to remind Shivaviro on. Shivaviro, Charlie, you're not Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi. When you miss sitters, don't expect supporters to shut up. But they're going to criticize you, even if it's on the game. They are going to boo you. Because when you have sitters, the expectation is that when you are a number nine, put them away. Be an Inzaghi. We all know Inzaghi today, the Italian Inzaghi, because when it came to sitters, he did not make any mistake. He would put them away. You are scoring difficult goals, but the easy one, you are missing them. So don't expect the Kaizer Chiefs faithful to shut up and say nothing. They're going to criticize you. They're going to boo you. Let me tell you this when you're playing for the big three. Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates, and Mamelodi Sundowns, especially Kaizer Chiefs. Brother, you need to grow a thick skin. You need to grow a thick skin because playing for a Kaizer Chiefs, I mean, a lot of people will say, you know what, no matter how toxic your fan base can be, but you as a player, you need to grow a thick skin. And I know you are a human being. You have blood, you have emotions, you have feelings. You are a human being. These things might affect you. But if you grow a thick skin and not allowing the fan base, comments and criticism and booing to go into your head, you need to listen to your coaches. You need to listen to your players. You need to, rely on the abilities you are good at. The reaction when you score doing this to your fan base, my brother, it's not going to help you. And I can tell you this, it will never end well. You remember Kingston Carter of Zimbabwe. He did that to the Kaizer Chiefs faithful, and it didn't end well with him. So calm down. So yeah, man, Ranga, I do understand, but please, man, just calm down and then learn from the technical team, learn from the psychologist at Kaizer Chiefs. You cannot fight Kaizer Chiefs fan base. It will not end well. Point number 2, Nabi has instilled some winning mentality in this team. He's instilled confidence, a mentality that you need to possess to play for a big side like a Kaizer Chiefs. You can actually see this through the young players. Your Duba, your Mdu, your Zwane, your Cross. Cross is still young. And Villagas that oftentimes is coming from the bench. And the guy is not just cooking. He is cooked and he is already dishing up. The transition football that is largely occupying with the type of players he's got at Kaizer Chiefs is a good one to see. Yes, there are areas where improvement needs to areas where there still need to be improvement. And I'm not saying the side is perfect. He probably needs 2 more transfer windows to make Kaizer Chiefs a solid side. He's made it clear that he still needs more players, especially the CDM strikers, probably a goalkeeper as well. Point number 3, the effect of Sirino and Eduba. Sirino has brought also a mentality of winning, a mentality to say when you're in the final third, you need great decision making. Don't waste your ball. Ensure that the keeper saves it or it's in the back of the net. Duba has done extremely well. Yes, Sirino was voted by the fans that he was the man of the match, but Duba, I'm happy. He himself said, I'm a number 9. But when the Tunisian Arabic coach came to Kaizer Chiefs, said, you know what? I see a good winger in you. And Duba did not fight, but obliged to the coach's desire of making him a winger, and the boy has been doing extremely well in that winger position. He's got the power, he's got the skill, he's got the energy, the stamina to bomb up and down and work so well together with the Sirino, with Mdu and the Shifaviro, that is their number 9. He got an assist yesterday. Wandile Dube, well done boy. And I'm sure you're learning from the others, especially Mdu Shabalala, who's probably the best young player at Kaizer Chiefs at this present moment. Point number 4, Gavin Hunt. SuperSport, Gavin Hunt needs a number 9. Simple, full stop. He needs a number 9. He's an old, English type of a coach. Relies on the fullbacks, wingers, put a cross in for the number 10 and the big players and the number 9. At this present moment, he needs a proper finisher. A proper finisher who will not waste any ball. Where is Nasir? I actually thought Nasir, he's there on loan. And then Samir Nogovic, I thought the deal was done. He's a free agent. He can sign at any time for a SuperSport United. SuperSport, ensure that you finish fast for Gavin Hunt to get that number 9. Otherwise, SuperSport United won't make it in the top 8 if they continue playing in this manner. The very last point, please don't kill me on the comments below. And while you're on it, make sure you don't forget to like this video. I think liking videos are more important than subscribing. As much as I want you to subscribe, apparently when I look at my analytics say 90% of you who watch my videos are not subscribed. So subscribing would go a great deal for me, a great deal for the channel. So please do subscribe, but more importantly, like this video and give your comment on the next point I'm making, which is the last point on the 5 things we learned on Kaizer Chiefs versus SuperSport United. Ntwari, the Rwandan number 1 goalkeeper. Guys, I'm sorry, I am not sure. Don't kill me on the comments below. Knowing the history of Kaizer Chiefs with the goalkeeping department, they've had some best of goalkeepers in South Africa, but this one, I'm not sure. Yes, he did not concede. You might be saying, why are you so harsh? But you know what? The way the guy, he's dealing with crosses, with corners, he's not showing any confidence. At this present moment, he's got a great wall in front of him. That defense is good. Inacio, Dotley, Cross, and Frosler, they're doing this guy a great favor. He's not dealing well with crosses and corners. And the distribution, is very poor. He's not confident on his feet. If you're playing for the big side, like a Kaizer Chiefs, Sundowns, or Orlando Pirates, at least if you're not good on your feet, at least your distribution must be better. A Sipo Chain is good with his distribution and he's good on his feet. Williams is good on his feet. He's good with his distribution. This one is not good at dealing with crosses. He's not good on his feet. He's not good with dealing with crosses or even distribution. So I'm not convinced